By Steffan Messenger, BBC Wales Environment Correspondent. Image caption: Hundreds of people had to leave their homes in Rhyl after flooding in 2013. Almost 10,000 homes in Wales have been insured under a scheme designed to cut bills for people in flood-prone areas. Flood-Re was set up in 2016 as a joint initiative between the UK government and insurers. It allows people faced with crippling excess charges to access affordable cover. But on a visit to Cardiff, the scheme's chief executive said more needed to be done to help spread the message to some communities. How does it work? Before Flood-Re, thousands of householders had been paying large additional premiums to make sure their homes and possessions were protected. It is thought 350,000 homes across the UK could benefit from the new scheme. So far, 9,680 policies have been taken out in Wales. A levy is charged on all insurance companies, forming a pool of money that is then used to subsidize those who live at the highest risk of flooding. The cost ultimately falls on ordinary policy holders, who pay on average an extra £10.50 for their home insurance. Supporters say it has meant people who once faced crippling excess payments are now able to access affordable cover. But critics claim money used to subsidize the scheme would be better spent on preventing flooding in the first place. Image caption: The brook, which runs through Rhyl in Cardiff. Media playback is unsupported on your device. Media caption: Mary Clark said the brook by her house in Rhyl can be a monster after a heavy storm. Parts of Rhyl in Cardiff were hit by flooding 10 times in the 20 years up to 2012. Flood defences installed in 2013 include new walls, gates and sensors on the brook. Mary Clark, of the Rhyl Community Flood Group, who has lived by the brook for more than 50 years, said she knew it on a good day and on a bad day. My neighbor has lost the entire contents of her house 3 times. It's unbelievable, she said. Ms. Clark said many residents had difficulties with insurance, but after years of going up, she thinks premiums are leveling off, partly as a result of Flood-Re. But she claimed more could be done by insurance companies to take account of the new flood defenses. You fill in a form and say what your postcode is, and they say, well, you're red flagged, you're on a water course, and we say yes, but we've just spent £1.3 million on a flood defense scheme. Image copyright Bedware Williams. Image caption: Flooding in the village of Steffan, near Carnarvon in November 2012. One couple yet to benefit from Flood-Re are Milfin and Glenda Jones, whose home in Steffan, when it was flooded in 2012, they had to move out for 6 months while new floors and carpets were installed and their walls replastered. The trauma of it is still with us today, Mr. Jones said. It's in the back of your mind as you the forecast on the news in the evening. You think, oh, it's going to be heavy rain, I best put the floodgate up. As a result of what happened, the couple now have to pay the first £5,000 of any future claim to do with flooding, which Mr. Jones described as an unfair penalty. Under Flood-Re, their excess would be capped at £250. Andy Board, Flood-Re's chief executive, said some insurers were more willing than others to point customers in the direction of policies backed by the scheme. He recently met with the Welsh Government's Environment Minister Hannah Blythen to discuss how to get the message across to communities at risk of flooding. But he claimed the scheme was already having a knock-on effect, with a much larger number of homeowners getting access to affordable insurance than just those referred to its advisors. The message is shop around because competitive prices are out there, he said.